Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Astasia and I come to you today with my cup of tea sitting out here in my backyard. I'm moving out of this place soon, so you won't always see this background. So I'm going to take advantage of this beautiful little corner before I leave. So in today's video, I wanted to share with you all of the tips, tricks, and strategies that I have found in my personal life to deal with difficult emotions and difficult, intense situations that arise from time to time in my personal life, and hopefully it can support you in your personal life. All right, so let us begin. The first thing that I have learned throughout dealing with difficult times in my life is that you never want to judge your experience. When you are going through something really hard or difficult, right? Like either your parents are arguing in the home and you're still living at home with them and it's really difficult for you to get out of that situation, or you had just gone through a breakup, or some sort of financial situation has just um, came and sort of disrupted your daily routine or life, a job, suddenly, you got fired from a job, whatever that situation is that brings a lot of emotional intensity. Sometimes it doesn't have to be external circumstances. It can even be an internal trauma or an internal trigger that recently just came up, right? So, whatever that situation is, the first thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to judge yourself. In the past, when I didn't understand healing or therapy or somatic work, I would judge myself and not know that I judge myself, if you know what I mean. Like, say I'm going through the experience and it's hard. I would say, oh my God, this sucks. My life sucks. I suck. This everything sucks, and I just keep going down that loop and I just keep feeling like, oh my God, I'm horrible, or I suck, or my life sucks. Like I remember that would be kind of the feeling and the experience that I would go through at the time. But now, as I have gotten more training in healing and somatics and understanding more about psychology and how everything works, the biggest thing that has changed for me is when I'm going through something hard, I don't judge myself at all. It's kind of like a free ticket for me to not judge myself. Because maybe you know this, but every day we tend to judge ourselves in some way subconsciously, right? Some thoughts of judgment or criticism can bypass and we don't even know it. So we kind of just live our life as it is. But here's the fun part, I think this is one of the things that created a lot of grace in my life is when I know that I'm going through a hard time, I give myself a free pass. This is a free pass to not judge yourself. Hey, you want to sleep in? Sleep in. Hey, you want to eat ice cream or whatever? Eat that. You want to take more time for yourself? Do that. You don't want to do this productive thing? Don't do it. Like, I just give myself a complete free pass. You want to be angry? Be angry. You want to be sad? Be sad. Like, I just let myself do whatever it is that I need to do or that I want to do, that I feel is necessary. I just give it to myself. And that's the main thing I do when things are seemingly difficult, either externally or internally. Give yourself a free pass. Don't make it harder on yourself by saying, oh my God, you know, I should have kept up with my gym routines. I didn't keep up with my cooking routines. I stopped eating healthy. I stopped doing this. Like, oh my God, I'm really taking my life down the downward spiral. Like, you don't want to go into that, when you're going through a hard time, give yourself a free pass. Let everything go. Just allow yourself the space to be with your own emotion without any kind of judgment or criticism or any kind of pressure of like, this has to change now, or I have to feel differently. I'm supposed to feel positive. I'm supposed to be happy, or life is supposed to be better than this. Like, whatever kind of fix or pressure that you're trying to put onto the situation, you want to just let all of that go. You literally want to give yourself the biggest free pass that you can ever give to yourself. This is the best time in your life for you to just do whatever it is that you want to do and not feel bad about it. So, if I'm making that better for you, I hope that I am. Because when you're going through a hard time, there's no point of making it harder. When you're making it harder, you're just making it harder. But if you can have the awareness and the grace to know that, hey, I'm going through a hard time right now, and I can make this better for myself by being super easy on myself. I just let myself be. I let myself be with whatever it is that I need, whatever, however I feel. I guarantee you, you will feel so much better, and you wouldn't avoid the difficult times in your life anymore. In fact, you'll embrace it, right? We might not say, oh, we'll go for it, we'll seek out for it. No, but you'll embrace it when it comes. When it comes, you'll know, okay, this is the hard time, this is the downtime, this is the time where I give myself the free pass. Do whatever I want, no care in the world, just to take care of me. That's the most important thing. The second thing is to be with yourself. So, this is when you have more of a capacity to be reflective or to process what's going on or to actually look into the situation, right? This is not coming from soothing. The first one was more of self soothing, right? This one is more when you're learning to be with yourself, learning to be with the experience. So, here, the biggest breakthrough that I have ever had in my life is to learn to be with the experience and not to try to fix it or try to change it or try to avoid it. What do I mean by being with the experience? Say something is really difficult. Say you're going through a kind of sadness. I can speak recently to my most recent experience of feeling disheartened, feeling hopeless. This was like last week, okay? And when I was going through that, instead of trying to fix it by saying, oh, I shouldn't feel this way, I should feel happy, I should feel grateful, I should feel thankful, right? Because that's what a lot of people talk about. You should feel grateful every day, practice gratitude and whatever. Okay, I'm kind of here to say there's no should. When you're going through something difficult, it's because there is a significance to that. There's a reason why your psyche is going through that dark or difficult time. There's a very intelligent process to why you're going through what you're going through. And so, what to do instead is to just be with the experience. So, for me, it was I feel disheartened. Let me be with it. Let me just be with it, breathe with my body, breathe with myself. What I do is I would just lay down, I close my eyes, I breathe, and I feel into my womb space as a woman. That's very important. Or I feel into my heart, or I feel into my body parts where there might be tensions, where there might be anxiety or pain, whatever it is. I would just breathe in and really going inward and being with, being with, meaning it's kind of like going on a hangout with a friend. You're hanging out with a friend, right? You're not trying to fix it. You're not trying to change it. You're not trying to say, oh well, I shouldn't feel this way, so let me try to change it. Let me try to be happier. Like, you don't want to fix it, because when you're fixing it, you're actually trying to put a band-aid on something that truly needs your attention. There's a reason why this emotion has arisen in you. It's difficult for a reason. It's coming up for you to reflect on something important inside, or there's a deeper lesson into what's coming up. And the biggest part here about being with is coming home and remembering that there's a part of you that knows how to accept this. and coming back to that part of you that remembers and knows how to accept this really difficult thing or situation. You remember that there is this part of you that can accept, that can love, that can be with, that can forgive, that can really be present with yourself. And that's really the part that I'm talking about here for you to cultivate, is to be with. That is compassion. Compassion is learning to be with yourself, especially when things are hard. So, this is the number one skill to cultivate when you are having a hard time. Learning to be with yourself, learning to befriend your difficult experiences, learning to befriend the parts of you that are hurt, that are in pain, learning to tend to those wounds. This is the core skills of learning to love yourself. So, that is the main part that I wanted to share with you in the second point there. The third point is that whatever it is that you're going through, no matter how dark it seems, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. I remember even last week when I was feeling disheartened and I felt like, could things really get better? Could my mindset really change about this? This is really tough. Like, can my perspective change? I feel like my whole life has already been shifted. I don't think I can go back to my joyful self from before. Like, those are the thoughts that come up, right? That say, what if there's no light at the end of the tunnel? What if things just remain dark forever? But the truth is that there is always light at the end of the tunnel. When we go through intense emotions, we are in it and it's harder to feel the light. But as the emotions slowly subside and kind of come down to a more calmer state or a neutral state, there are more parts that are, such as acceptance, love, forgiveness, wisdom, and understanding. They come in to support the parts that were struggling during the emotional intensity. And so when those stronger parts or more supportive parts come in and give you that support, then you start to feel the light at the end of the tunnel. Then you start to realize, okay, actually, things can look better. Things can look more positive. Actually, there is hope. Actually, there are good people in the world. Actually, there are really kind hearted people and experiences and good memories. And there are lots of good things surrounding me. Then the gratitude naturally comes back, but it's not coming back from a place of forced, from a place of pressured, from a place of should. Like, oh, I'm feeling so horrible. I should practice gratitude. That has never worked for me. I don't know how other people may do it, but pressuring myself to practice gratitude when all I feel is pain, it doesn't work. For me, what works is to just be with the pain. And if anything, when I'm being with the pain, I feel a lot more love and acceptance and a kind of intimacy with myself, a kind of friendship with myself. And those feelings naturally turn into love and gratitude for myself. But it's not coming from a place of, oh, well, I should be grateful for everything I have, my bed, my roof, my whatever. um, I really believe in the natural progression of things. You don't force things to be a certain way or you don't try to fix them, but naturally you lean into them and kind of feel into what wisdom they have for you and the experience that you're going through, and allowing that natural progression to really show you what it is that you're learning at this time in your life and what you are integrating deeper into the qualities and the aspects of your being. Because at the end of the day, all difficult situations and experiences are meant to help us grow. Sometimes they can be very painful and they can be very hard to deal with or to face. But truly, when we allow ourselves the space the grace and the compassion to be with ourselves during those times, then the person that we become at the end of that is someone truly powerful, wise, and has a lot of understanding and forgiveness and love for both ourselves and other people. So, thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.